Hi, developers. I'm Evan, the community manager at Tatum, and today I'm joined by Enrico Mariotti and Michal Geci from Skytale. Skytale is a one-stop shop financial platform for blockchain-first companies to easily handle financial operations with crypto assets. So we're really excited to be talking with you guys today. How are you feeling today?
Hey. We are fine. Thank you very much.
Great. So I guess we'll jump into it. I wanted to know a little bit about where you both come from professionally. What's your background and how did it lead you into crypto?
Yeah, I can start. I have 20 years of experience in the engineering field, coordinated up to 35 engineers at 10 different verticals. Very recently, I was the VP of engineering at Invest, a Series A company based here in Germany. And very recently, I decided to run my own venture, accelerated by Next Thing, a venture studio here in Berlin, where I met Michal.
Yeah, also I can say that I have more than 20 years of experience in the high-tech industries. I had my first startup almost 21 years ago. So during my university studies, then jump into the IT and strategy consulting. Spent almost 6 years working for multinational corporations in essentially Eastern Europe, but also in Asia. And I came across with the blockchain space in 2016 when I joined the company called Decent Group or Decent Foundation, which was one of the first ICO in the history. Which, by the way, had a very nice use case because they wanted to democratize, the media content distribution. But then, the protocol then evolved in different other verticals. So it was very pretty intensive times. You can imagine in 2017, 2018, and 2019. So really very intensive. I came across a lot of ecosystems and communities, and then left before the pandemic.
Sure. So how did you two meet and where did the idea for Skytale come from?
Yeah, we met at Next Thing. Basically, the idea is to build, first of all, what is the problem? Today, companies dealing with crypto are losing $1 billion with manual and fraudulent transaction tracking. The ambition is to offer an API for crypto activities that deliver, digest, ingest, and categorize your farming, staking, and more, of course, presenting data of blockchain and extracting it in a way that makes it intelligible for non-blockchain people all in one.
Sure. Now, from my side, I can say that I joined Skytale last December because especially last year during the pandemic year, I was also a little bit cut off from all the blockchain crypto movements, but then especially because of DeFi, I was definitely attracted back to it, and I was looking for some opportunity where I can work on some really exciting project. And that was exactly thanks to MBT, which is this venture startup studio based in Berlin, which connected me with Enrico, and I really liked the idea. I joined as a co-founder.
What does Skytale do that other similar solutions for tracking crypto assets for enterprises? What does it do that others don't, I would say?
Yeah, that's a valid question. I mean, we came, as Enrico said, from really a hands-on experience with the crypto, dealing on a daily basis. So what we believe that the problem as of today with the old blockchain ecosystem and crypto ecosystem is still very close in tribes, yeah? So all the community is very close, it's not interoperable between others. And especially if you look on this problem from just a simple company point of view, you want to invest, you want to be there, is a big issue because you need to work with like 10 tools, 10 platforms, you need to switch on, switch off, then you need to do onboarding here, onboarding there. It's a big problem. So what we wanted to achieve just to have one platform that's why we call it one-stop shop, where you can track all your transactions. You see what happened across different platforms like crypto exchanges called hot wallets. And then in the future also, you can execute the payments. You can do everything. It's kind of future crypto business bank. Maybe to add a couple of points, we are API driven, so that's very important because even existing players, they can just simply plug in our solution. That's why we distinguish quite a lot from competitors, which are simply standalone applications. And then the second, of course, what Enrico also said, I can add that we are chain agnostic. So we try to really connect different ecosystems, different world. So you can work really across different blockchain protocols.
I guess another question I have is, what does your sort of ideal target customer look like? Like, who does Skytale bring the most benefit to?
That's a good point. Maybe I can start from my let's say way of thinking. Yeah, we believe definitely, we are targeting crypto first and blockchain first companies, SMEs mainly. So the company who started really to adopt digital assets in early 2016, 17. And of course, they are dealing with this kind of operational problems. But also, we believe that also the small investors or early adopters, they can be definitely of interest because they can have more clarity about the transactions, their holdings, etc. But last but not least, of course, all the DeFi movements. So a lot of projects from DeFi space, they can be definitely of interest because we can make the life easy, especially for the corporate or B2B customers.
Cool. Anything you want to add, Enrico?
Yeah, we want also to target DAO, very decentralized organization, in order to offer something more to their value proposition, basically a way to track their transaction, and in the future more offering the chance to distribute the tokens across their investors.
Great. Sure. So another topic I wanted to ask about is regulatory compliance. How does Skytale help enterprises deal with that?
Okay, we can start with the tax compliance because, of course, this is what we want to achieve, that you can simply order the transactions, and we want to prepare and consolidate the transactions. Is much more easy for company to prepare the tax declaration. So this is about the tax compliance. In terms of crypto compliance, there is no issue from our platform because simply, we are not handling any custodial or non-custodial wallets, etc. So we are just reading and ingesting data. So yeah, maybe this will be absolutely relevant in the future where we start also offering this payment related feature.
Yes, technically we are not storing any private key, and we don't generate any private keys at all. We are dealing only and exclusively with public keys and the API keys of the exchanges.
So how did you find out about Tatum?
Yeah, Tatum for us was a very great fit because, well, first of all, the API is very well written, is very clean and easy to understand. So the user experience, or even more the development experience, is great. In terms of value proposition, is exactly what we were looking for: a chain-agnostic infrastructure solution to integrate effortless with any possible blockchain. That was exactly our perfect match.
Cool, perfect.
Maybe I can say also a couple of words, of course, not from technical point of view. This is much more in the responsibility of Enrico, but from customer point of view, I mean, I found them very, very responsive and also very forward looking. So, so definitely they want to match requirements from the future customers.
And I wanted to ask, were you considering any other solutions before you found Tatum? Or what did you try, I guess would be a better way to ask.
We started integrating Alchemy API, which is a very great solution. However, Alchemy API is or was good only for Ethereum. Now we also know they are integrating more layer 2. They just launched Arbitrum and more in the future. However, their value proposition, their portfolio of blockchain networks cannot be compared with the holistic and wider solution offered by Tatum.
Cool, great. Perfect. And one question we ask, everyone who's building on us, what would you say Tatum is in one word?
Well, in one word, I would say Tatum offers a seamless integration supporting a wide range of blockchain networks leveraging chain-agnostic vision, which is exactly our same one.
Okay, so cool. Well, that works for me, I would say. So cool. So back to Skytale. So what's in the future for you guys? What's on the roadmap? What are your goals, features, these types of things?
Maybe I will not speak about the features. I will leave this to Enrico. In terms of like a vision, definitely what I mentioned at the beginning, that we want to move from this data analytics and tracking platform to much more really to operational platform where you cannot just track your history and transactions, but you can also execute it. But it's also related to our compliance process. So we are thinking about also have some branch in some of the jurisdiction, which is much more friendly than Germany. So yeah, this is something we plan for Q3, Q4. So hopefully, by the end of this year, we have some first features related to payment. So potential self-custody or custody wallets as well.
Cool.
Yeah, on a feature standpoint, we are working these days launching Binance Smart Chain integration, followed by Polygon. And in Q3, by the end of Q3, we aim to work on the classification engine, basically how to classify on the fly our transaction and how to allow our user to search across multiple sources. So basically a search engine.
Where is this all going in general, not just with Skytale, but how do you see the future of blockchain and the adoption of crypto and blockchain technology as a whole?
Yeah, that's a good point because it's again like very volatile. Nobody knows where it will be heading, but I can say that the adoption, especially from corporate world, already started last year. With the Tesla MicroStrategy, it was like a first pioneers, we can say. But definitely we expect that this will go much more on the wider scale, not just in the US, but also potentially in EU, because by the way, in EU, there is an incoming regulation called MiCA, Market Implementation of Crypto Assets, which should definitely make the market more stable, more easy to forecast, because there will be clear rules about all the operators. So what we believe definitely that then after this legislation will come into the force, which probably we expect around like 1 or 2 years, this will create a huge opportunities for company and enterprises to join the crypto blockchain movements.
Right.
Yeah, and also on a technical standpoint, everybody knows that blockchain is booming. On the other side, is becoming much more fragmented than, let's say, 2 years ago, and much more complicated. Think about decentralized finance, think about non-fungible tokens. So there are lots of opportunities where in which basically investors can start yielding and staking. However, it is becoming definitely more complicated than before. That's why we exist. The ambition is to consolidate in a single view all of those sources, transaction, offering an holistic solution. What is currently missing in the blockchain ecosystem is an holistic view. So it's pretty easy to get lost after the very first few transactions.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, you mentioned this fragmentation, and Michal, you mentioned the legislative obstacles that need to work themselves out. Now, what other obstacles to, I guess, mass adoption of blockchain technology do you see in the world today?
Well, definitely user experience. It's not just hard to track a transaction, it's even hard sending transaction to which wallet, for example, having just a plain old contact list. If we compare the current decentralized finance with the centralized finance, there are lots of improvements to be done in the next years. Or think about accounting, how to report my taxes because of my blockchain operation.
I think that's all I've got. If you have anything else you'd like to add, or any questions or additional comments, let me know.
Yeah, maybe a last one. Definitely, we are very happy to work with Tatum. We are also growing as a team. Right now, By the way, we are also closing another pre-seed financing as a company. So we definitely look to attract more talents, not just in Germany, but globally, because we try to work as a decentralized team as well. And also probably because we have a lot of features in plan for this year and the next year. We are also looking for our seed financing, probably starting like August or September by end of this year. So definitely very happy also to talk to potential interested investors.
So, well, thanks a lot for joining us. And we'll definitely, for everyone interested, we're going to be putting links in the description below to Skytale and to any relevant documentation and stuff. And yeah, it's been great talking to both of you and great working with you. And we wish you all the best of luck over the next years and months with Skytale.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.